All right, good mid-morning. It's a Monday. We've got rain out there now. Mount Tamalpais. This is a shot of Mount Tamalpais. This is over the last, let me pull this up for you. This is over the last, going to be over the last 3 hours. And what I want you to pick up on is how much rain we're getting up there. It's raining. Marin County getting over a half inch of rain. Mount Tam doing the thing it does, which is orographically live. Oh, I have a cold, right? But it takes the moisture and squeezes it out because the clouds coming in off the coast hit Mount Tam or hit the Marin County, the Marin Headlands. It hits it, and then it goes up, right? It gets pushed up and it condenses, cools and condenses. So this is from the early morning hours. So they got over an inch of rain right now at Mount Tam. San Francisco, 3/10 of an inch. East Bay, quarter inch, almost half inch in some places. Mount Tamalpais or Mount Diablo coming in at over a half inch of rain, almost an inch. But you can just see it up there. It's going off. Now, the back edge of the front, not far behind. So this rain's going to end, but not before we had a very significant rain event. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to look at the latest computer models. We're going to look at some surf, which is it's going to be really big this week. And then we'll look at the 5-day. And then, I got this picture I wanted to show you. I just thought I took this over the weekend before the clouds came in, but I just thought, yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm not an artsy guy at all, but I'm like, yeah, I know. That's probably been done 1,000 times, whatever I just did. But I saw the ancient rock and the ancient shadow and like a petroglyph kind of, I don't know. I thought it was cool, so I'm just showing it to you. Okay, so back to the weather. Let's see what we can look at. Okay, let's look at the rainfall accumulations. Here is Mount Tam here, buck 25 inch, 1.25 inches, and all around it you're seeing, even San Rafael is just a quarter of an inch. The China Camp's showing up at less than a tenth of an inch, but that'll change. And then you get to the East Bay, you got East Bay Hills coming in at almost a half inch of rain, 0.41. So this has been, truthfully, a really overproduced storm. That's an anomalous, I think. This 216, I don't see that. You'd want to see more, right? You want to see more upper, inch and a halves around it to go. Oh, that could be two, but it could be. Sometimes you get anomalous rain. Santa Cruz Mountains up to an inch of rain coming in, just showing up at an inch. They'll get an inch by the time this is through, and in the mountains they'll be chaining up. So that's the surface map, which I love because this is right, updates every hour, shows you what's going on. We have along the coast, we have the purple area, which I think is most interesting. That is the high surf warning, and that is going to start verifying tomorrow. It's going to be big. This weather system is part of that whole swell gets big, right? Because the storm center is lit right now. And so the storm center being where our storms come from, right? The rain, what we're seeing now. And this is a byproduct of it as a surf that's going to show up a couple days later. That surf is going to be 10 to 15 foot, maybe even bigger. Mavericks will break, which is, I would say before Thanksgiving, that is unusual. There's some years where Mavericks doesn't even break, really. Right, and this year we're showing surf break, early in November, and then the mountains of winter weather advisory, snow level 6,300 feet. They'll be chaining up on 50 and 80. I think it's traveling up there all day today. It's going to be skidgy at best, but then it breaks off. Then we get a little something else comes in on Wednesday into Thursday. I'll show you that too. Here is the Bay Area here, and here's the front. And you see all the cool cloud patterns. I guess what I would take away, this is bookmarked on my page, the visible satellite image. But see the bumpiness? That represents vertical texture. So there's vertical development within this field. That's the frontal system, most certainly. You're kind of right through here. Most instabilities right at the front, and this would appear to be right at the front. And that, again, vertical development, just think about when you're driving through the valley and you see those big cumulus clouds and they're dumping underneath. This isn't a huge convective storm, but there is convection within that storm being created by the front. But either way, it's an awesome visible satellite. And then let me back this up. This is the GFS. This is the system now, goes through it. It's gone by tonight. Afternoon commute should be dry. Then we get into Wednesday night, Thursday. That looks pretty good. And then we get into Thursday, afternoon, evening. Then we get a break, and then we get another drive-by here. That's more like let's see, let me check the date on that one. That's on Friday morning. So Friday morning the 22nd. So that's down the road a little bit. But the idea being that the storm pattern is kind of wide open, meaning that the door is cracked open and the systems will be able to kind of come in. The high is at least the model suggesting the high is kind of not happening for the next week or so. Here's the surf along the coast. It's going to be giant by tomorrow. You can see the rain. You see the Great Highway. I guess it is closed. I don't see any cars on it. You do see some scattered showers out there as well. And then the 5-day forecast. 5-day forecast looks like we're going to be in a situation with unsettled weather pretty much through this whole week. Fire danger, I'm not going to be talking about it for a while, which is awesome. And then we'll have, temperatures in the 60s, mid 60s, low 60s. And then this next chance, which could turn into more on Wednesday, Thursday, for some scattered showers. So there you go. One more look at the artsy picture and the 5-day forecast. And we'll see you back here. I'll bet you by tomorrow I'm killing it, feeling better. Have a nice day.